Russian village in Ubud closed. Yes, it's PARQ, and there has been some commotion there when they closed it up. Stay tuned for that one. And tourism associations raised concerns about over-tourism in Bali, along with waste problems. What's new? Well, let's take a look and find out. Stay tuned for details on these and other stories. Selamat siang. Welcome to the latest news from Bali and Indonesia. This is January 21st, 2025, and my name is Bruce. And what is the weather like today? Wow, well, it's 28.8 degrees Celsius, so cooler than usual, and the humidity is way up at 80%. There's actually some clear skies, cloudy, but there's some clear sky, sun, which is nice to see. Wind speed is, wow, 12.4 kilometers per hour, and I know it's going to go up. It has been so windy here, so windy, and I expect in the afternoon it will be another really windy day like it has been for the past few days. Rain? Yeah, just a little bit, not too much. I hope that wherever you are, the weather is good as well. Well, I think it's good. The humidity as well. It makes it a little sweaty, but otherwise, okay, so let's do it. Russian village in Ubud closed. The Gianyar Regency Government finally closed PARQ Ubud on Jalan Sriwidari, and this was yesterday, the 20th. The closure was carried out because the accommodation business known as Kampung Rusia was considered to have violated the regional regulations Perda of Gianyar Regency. The closure was carried out in accordance with the laws and regional regulations of Gianyar Regency and has gone through several stages, said the Assistant for General Administration of the Regional Secretary of Gianyar Regency. The video of the closure of PARQ Ubud by the Gianyar Civil Service Police Unit, Satpol PP, went viral on social media. Based on circulating video, the sealing of the accommodation business was marred by chaos. And I am putting a link to a report that has the video of the chaos. And well, there was some pushing and shoving, and a couple of guys were carried away, dragged away in headlocks. And so it was not a peaceful situation. Workers who were worried that their livelihoods would be lost did not accept the forced closure of the tourist accommodation businesses and were involved in pushing and shoving with Satpol PP officers. For information, PARQ Ubud is considered to have violated the provisions of Article 19, Paragraph 3 of Gianyar Regional Regulation Number 15 of 2015 concerning public order and public tranquility. Not only that, PARQ Ubud is considered to have violated Gianyar Regional Regulation Number 2 of 2022 concerning the implementation of risk-based licensing. PARQ Ubud has long been referred to as the Russian village. This place has been visited 3 times by the foreigner surveillance team because various foreign national activities have taken place there. Meanwhile, PARQ is an apartment equipped with a workspace, co-working space, restaurant, cafe, and other facilities. Before it was closed, the Gianyar Regency Government had invited the management of PARQ to attend meetings May 30th and November 1st last year. However, one of the business owners had not been able to show the basic permits required. They are ready to sign a statement letter willing to stop their operations until the necessary permits are fulfilled according to regulations, according to the head of Gianyar Satpol PP. Satpol PP Gianyar then put up 2 banners in the PARQ Ubud area that read temporary suspension of PARQ Ubud operations until requirement permits are fulfilled. The PARQ Ubud building is on protected rice fields and sustainable agricultural land and was stopped from all activities and was required to return the land to the original state. And so they got this, I don't know how many months ago it was, I did a story on it then, and they were told that they needed to stop their activities, and I don't know, did they or didn't they? I guess they didn't, and so they're over there again, Satpol PP, and they've told it to stop until they get the permits. They've had a long time to do this. I don't know what's going on there. Don't even want to guess at what the problem is, but for now, it is closed. Okay, and the second lead story is about the problems here in Bali and what's going to be done about them. Several tourism associations in Bali have raised concerns over a plethora of problems that have been haunting the popular resort island in recent years. which range from frequent flooding and waste problems to over-tourism. Now, we've known this, and this has been talked about for a long time, but more articles have come out on this in the last 2 days. Head of the Bali office of the Indonesian Hotels and Restaurants Association, PHRI, Jakarta Oka Artha Ardana Sukawati, said the most pressing issue was overcrowding in the southern part of the island. Uneven tourism development with a heavy concentration in the southern part of Bali highlights a deeper systemic issue that requires collective efforts to resolve, he said. Foreign arrivals in Bali have surged since the island reopened after COVID-19. Data from Statistics Indonesia show that 5.2 million foreign visitors arrived on the island from January to October, accounting for 45% of Indonesia's total foreign arrivals for the same period. Over-tourism and overdevelopment have become a serious problem in the southern part of the province, leading to environmental issues such as flooding and mounting waste. Last month, authorities were forced to evacuate trapped tourists using inflatable rescue boats after torrential downpours triggered floods that inundated roads, residential areas, hotels, and villas in popular vacation spots in Kuta and Badung Regency. The affected areas are located near the Mati River, which has seen recurring floods for the past several years. Once known for its rice fields, the region has since been transformed into a developed area that is home to a housing complex, as well as numerous hotels and villas. Earlier this month, monsoon rains brought what one activist said was the worst waves of plastic trash on the tourist-favored beaches. Across Kadonganan Beach in the south of the island, plastic cups, straws, cutlery, and empty coffee sachets were scattered across the sand, mixed with plant and wood debris. A 2019 study revealed that Bali generates 1.6 million tons of trash per year, with around 303,000 tons of plastic waste. However, only some 48% of Bali's waste is responsibly managed either through recycling or landfill. A significant portion of collected waste never reaches a recycling facility or any of Bali's 10 official landfills, leading to 33,000 tons of plastic leaking into the waterways every year. The study also revealed that Bali's domestic and international tourists generated 3.5 times more waste per day than residents, accounting for 13% of Bali's total waste. Now wait, before you get excited about this and go, it's not us. Local people are throwing waste around all the time. There's another article that goes into this in a little more detail, and maybe I'll talk about that tomorrow or in the next video anyway. And when they say the tourists, the domestic and international tourists, they're talking about restaurants, hotels, villas, cafes, all of the tourist businesses, not individual tourists. And let's see what else they have to say about that here. The Bali PHRI, the Bali Tourism Board, and the Bali branch of the Association of Tour and Travel Agencies, ASIDA, visited the Provincial Legislature Council earlier this week, urging councillors to address these issues. They do this all the time. The PHRI's Jakarta urged councillors to collaborate with the association in the licensing process of hotels and other accommodation providers across the island. There are now thousands of companies providing accommodation across Bali, but only about 400 are members of PHRI. It makes regulating these establishments very challenging, he said. After the meeting, the head of the Bali Legislative Council stated that he would schedule a follow-up meeting for more in-depth discussion of the issues and how to address them. Let's do some more studies. We warmly welcome all advice and criticism to help improve the future of Bali tourism. President Prabowo has recently promised to continue the construction of a new airport in the island's north, claiming it will help turn the province into a new Singapore or new Hong Kong. Okay, that is not exactly correct either. What he actually said, well, according to his spokesperson after he made his comment, was that the airport was going to be like that, a new Singapore, new Hong Kong, not the north of Bali. But the airport is continuously used as some solution for all of these problems: waste and over-tourism, overcrowding, traffic. And so let's make it worse up here so that it's less worse down south. And there are a lot of issues about that. And maybe I'll do a separate video on this and talk about some of the options that are actually available and, well, make some sense. The airport project was proposed in 2016. Well, it was actually proposed way before that, but was cut from the National Strategic Projects list in 2022 by President Jokowi, when he was the president, amid a lack of political support. Local government, however, has thrown its support behind the plan, arguing that the new airport in Bulaang would help spread tourism more evenly across the island, alleviating overcrowding and traffic congestion in the southern region. And let's be real, there are just a lot of people that don't want to come up here. Even if there was an airport here, I think they would go down south. There are things that the tourists that are coming in here, especially the young tourists coming in here, they're looking for white sand beaches, they're looking for surf, they're looking for lots of cafes, they want to be close to all of these new facilities that have been built for tourists, and we don't have them up here. Could they be built up here? Yeah, they could be, but it would significantly change the, should I use this word, the vibe of North Bali. And we'll talk about this subject more and more and more. Let's get on to dengue. Cases increase. Health Office tightens dengue fever prevention. Cases of dengue hemorrhagic fever, DHS, in the last 3 months have increased quite significantly. The Bulaang Health Office has again tightened prevention efforts to suppress the potential for a spike in cases. One of them is by re-intensifying the larvae monitoring officer Gianyar program. Data from the Bulaang Health Service based on epidemiological data, the peak of dengue fever cases in 2024 was in April with 348. Then they decreased until close to the end in November 2024, 111 cases. In December, 171, and this month, so far, 120, and we're not even done with the month yet. The acting head of Bulaang Health Office yesterday said that the increase in cases is a warning to be more vigilant against a bigger spike in cases, especially now that it's the rainy season, and we have mosquitoes all over here, even though we're getting rid of all the standing water. We have distributed circulars to villages and sub-districts to carry out mosquito net eradication, intensify 3M plus education, and targeted fogging, namely fumigation carried out selectively based on the results of field surveys to ensure the effectiveness of mosquito control. The PSN movement in each village sub-district is also said to be supported by the Gianyar program. The target is one house, one Gianyar. At least in one family, there is one person who is tasked with monitoring the larvae in their respective home environments. Housewives are very strategic because they are the ones who often clean the house. I'm usually the one that cleans the house, and are most familiar with the conditions of the surrounding environment. The PSN movement is important to be carried out en masse. For example, with Gotong Royong Banjar activities, STT, or in schools during Clean Friday or Saturday. The mass movement can eradicate mosquito nests and larvae thoroughly and simultaneously. In addition, the Bulaang Health Office also collaborates with the Community Health Center as the spearhead of health education and socialization, including optimizing the role of Posyandu at the village level. Posyandu is an abbreviation of the Integrated Service Post, which is a health facility managed by the community to provide health services to mothers, babies, and toddlers. Posyandu is one form of community-based health effort. Meanwhile, handling with fogging is the last solution that will be initiated with the discovery of DHF cases in one area. And what about one of my favorite topics, the Free Nutritious Meals program? National Nutrition Agency to survey students' favorite menus for Free Nutritious Meals program. The head of the National Nutrition Agency, Dadan, talked to him about him the other day, announced that his team will conduct a survey to determine the menu preferences of students participating in the Free Nutritious Meal (MBG) program. He mentioned that this survey will be carried out by nutritionists during the remaining weeks of the program's first month of implementation. A survey will be conducted to determine favorite and less preferred menus. This will serve as a regular reference. He said this yesterday. According to him, the variety of nutritious free meal menus is designed for 1 month. At the end of the month, an evaluation will be conducted to determine the menus for the following month. The evaluation is partially guided by nutritionists. This has already been implemented in the Warung Kiara and Sukabumi areas. Since January 2024, the village of Warung Kiara has been implementing a free nutritious meal program optimizing the service. This initiative is supported by the Prabowo Subianto Foundation. In addition to evaluating the menu, a key focus of the implementation of the free nutritious meals program is ensuring food safety procedures are in place. Dadan mentioned that the Food and Drug Supervisory Agency, BPOM, will officially join the program this week. He announced that both agencies are set to sign a memorandum of understanding. The plan had been previously delayed because Dadan acknowledged that several other priorities needed prompt attention. He underscored the importance of BPOM's involvement in the program to ensure food safety and oversight. Dadan hopes that BPOM's involvement will enhance the quality of MPG program initiated by the president. This hope arises from various deficiencies in the program's implementation. Not just better, but excellent, he said. Okay, I'm out of time. That is it for today. Thanks for viewing. Be kind to someone today. Take care, and I will see you next time.